Welcome to FEUNIX Distinctions, your premier destination for secondary school mathematics tutorials. We are in episode 2, and I want to express my profound gratitude for those of you who have followed us in the first episode. I am truly overwhelmed with the large response and the audience that view our channel, and your response baffled me. We want to move on, and I want to tell you that our channel provides in-depth video explanations to help students in JSS 1 to SS3 classes solve mathematical problems with ease. Expect at least one new video posting every Monday and Thursdays. We aim to deliver high-quality educational content to enhance your understanding and retention of mathematical concepts. Enjoy your learning journey with us. I am Felix Dominic, an engineer by profession and a teacher by passion. Thank you. Good day, viewers. We are going to continue with our classes. This is SS2 class. SS2 class. We've started the topic logarithms. In our first class, we have seen logarithms of numbers greater than 1. In fact, we started with standard form. After standard form, we move on to logarithms of numbers greater than 1. Now, in today's class, we are going to continue from where we stopped. That's to say, today we are going to logarithms of numbers less than 1. Logarithms of numbers less than 1. We'll see the working principle behind numbers less than 1, how to get the logarithms of those numbers. So we are going to be doing multiplication and division of numbers less than 1. We'll solve 2 examples today. One example on multiplication, the other one on division. Multiplication and division of numbers less than 1. Let's solve 2 examples. Example 1. Evaluate (0.7685) times 0.03415. We are to evaluate these numbers. Please, I want you to pay close attention to this. If you are to evaluate numbers less than 1, and you already know what I mean by numbers less than 1, any number that have to do with 0 point is a number less than 1. We will arrange the table for our work where we have numbers here, we have the logarithms here. The first number we have there is 0.7685. Just as we have explained in logarithms of numbers greater than 1, the first thing we usually do is to get the integer. And the integer is the number, the first number that is expressing the number in standard form. And how do we express number in standard form? The first significant figure. We consider the first significant figure. If the number is less than 1, then we will shift the decimal to 4 after the first significant figure. We have explained this over and over, and we are still saying it again. You move the decimal to 4 after the first, and the number of times you move the decimal to 4 after the first significant figure is your integer. So like this work that we have here, where we have our decimal here, this is our decimal. We have to move this decimal. If we are to move this decimal, and this is the first significant figure, definitely it's ones that will move it 4 after the first significant figure. So that one, you will write it there, that is your integer, but you will make something on top like this, and so we call it bar 1. It is a minus sign, minus 1. We don't call it minus 1 under this topic, we call it bar 1, but it is actually a minus 1. Why is it bar 1? Because it's a number less than 1. We are moving towards the right. If we are moving towards the left, that's for numbers greater than 1, there will be no bar. But because it is a number less than 1, therefore we are moving the decimal to the right side for it to fall after the first significant figure. And since it is ones we moved, the 1 will be there as bar 1. Then you put your point. Then the remaining is where you check from your 4-figure table. So the remaining part of the work is the characteristic. I will call it the mantissa. So let's check this number from 4-figure table. Now 4-figure table, just as it is explained in SS1, is the same thing. You will check 76 under 8. 76 under 8, difference of 5. Let's check it together. In as much as I'm writing it, you should do well to pick your 4-figure table to check. Compare what you get with what I'm getting. If it is the same, good and fine. If it is not, you let me know. Perhaps you are not getting it right, and I'll guide you. You will check 76 under 8. If you check 76 under 8, you are going to get 8854. You will get 8854. Let me write it somewhere here. You will get 8854. Then when you check the difference table, you check difference 5. When you check difference 5, you are going to obtain 3. You are going to obtain 3. What you will do with the 3 is you will add it up. When you add it up, 4 plus 3, 7. And this is the 5 here. This is your 8 and 8. So I can now write it down there. 8857. 8857. Let's move to the second one. 0.03415. The first thing, as usual, is to get our integer. What will now be our integer? Our integer will be bar 2. Bar 2. What makes it bar 2? Because from this decimal, we are going to move this decimal 2 times for it to fall after the first significant figure. This is the first significant figure. I've been saying this over and over and over. The point is going to move 2 times. 1, 2. The point will definitely move 2 times for it to fall after the first significant figure. That is where we got our bar 2. And because it is a number less than 1, that is what makes it to be bar 2. If it weren't a number less than 1, if it is a number greater than 1, we'll just write it there. There will be no bar. The next step is to check for the mantissa. That is this 3415. So we'll check 34 under 1. We'll check 34 under 1. When we check 34 under 1, we are going to obtain 53228. 5328. 5328. Then we check difference 5. We have checked 34 under 1. It gave us 5328. Difference 5 will give us 6. So it gives us 6. So we are going to add it up. If we add it up now, we'll have 8 plus 6, 14. Write down 4, carry 1. 1 plus 2, 3. And this is your 3 here, and this is your 5. That makes it 5, 3, 3, 4. So at this point, we are going to add up our work. Why are we going to add it up? Because it's multiplication. The law says if you have multiplication, you add. If it is multiplication, you add. So we are going to do the addition. This is where you need to be very careful, because you are not going to add all the numbers together with the calculator. You need to do it one by one, because the integer part of our work are carrying minus. So the integer part is quite different from the mantissa part. So let's start our addition. Let's start. 7 plus 4 will give us 11. Write down 1, carry 1. 5 plus 3, 8 plus 1, 9. 8 plus 3 is 11. Write down 1, carry 1. 8 plus 5 is 13. Plus 1, 14. Write down 4, carry 1. Now this is how we are going to add up the second part of it, the bar 1 and the bar 2. We are going to add up bar 1 and bar 2. Then the very one that we got from the other addition, we'll add it up. So let's proceed with the addition. This is now the addition. Bar 1 is adding bar 2. Please take note. Bar 1 is the same thing as minus 1. So you see me writing bar 1 this way and bar 2 this way. So bar 1 plus bar 2, where we have plus and minus in the same place, is minus. So this is our bar 1, plus and minus is minus 2, minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. That is bar 3. Now that 1 that we carried when we were plusing the other side, we will now plus it to this very number. We'll plus it, that will be minus 3 is plusing 1, that will give us minus 2. And that minus 2 will now be called bar 2. Then coming down here, we are going to be having our bar 2. So we have bar 2.4191, bar 2.4191. Then remaining the final stage. Let me rewrite this number clearly so that we can see it. This is the number here, bar 2.4191, 4191. The next thing is to check the anti-lock. We are to check the anti-lock. We have to check the anti-lock table. So in checking the anti-lock, we'll check 0.41 under 9 and difference of 1. 0.41 under 9. 0.41 under 9, that is what we are going to check. If we check it, it's going to give us 2624. 2624. Difference of 1. Difference of 1 will give us 1 if we check the difference table. Then we'll add it up. If we add it up, we are going to be having 5, 2, 6, 2. 2625. Anti-lock 2625. It's now that we'll make use of the bar 2. This is how it goes. Bar 2 means we are going to move the decimal 2 times. Just as we said when we were treating logarithms of numbers greater than 1. We said once you have checked your anti-log, you place an assumption that the point is at the standard point. Is in the standard form, that is, the point is after the first significant figure. You assume that the point is after the first significant figure. Then you make your movement. So you assume that the point is here. This is the standard. It's here. If you have bar 2, you will move 2 times to the left. If it is a number greater than 1, you will move to the right. Or if it is less than 1, you are having bar, you will move to the left. Since you have 2, you will move 2 times. So we move 1, 2. So you see we have an empty space here. Fill that empty space with 0. The point is here now. So what are we having? You write your 0 points. This is the point here. You write 0 before the point. Then you write the remaining 02625. 02625. That's our final answer. 0.02625. That's our final answer. Let's try another example. Example 2. Evaluate 0.7685 divided by 341.5. First thing, we draw our lines. Then we have our number here and we have our log here. The first number there, 0.7685. What's the first thing we are going to do is to get our integer. What will our integer be? Our integer will be bar 1. Our integer will be bar 1. Put your point, because this point will move only once for it to fall after the first significant figure, just as we have been explaining it. Then the next thing is to check the body. You check 76 under 8, then difference of 5. 0.76 under 8, difference of 5. And I need to just come down here and do my rough work. I'll do my rough work here. 0.76 under 8 will give me 8854. Difference of 5 will be 3. I will now add the difference. If I add the difference, I'm going to be getting 4 plus 3, 7. This is my 5, 8, 8, 8, 8, 5, 7. 8, 8, 5, 7. Let me go to the second one. 341.5. The second number here is a large number. It's a number greater than 1. So we are lucky enough to have a number like this to help us in our example. Now that this is a number greater than 1, what will be our integer? Our integer will be 2, because the decimal will move 2 times for it to fall before the first significant figure. To move 1, 2. It will move 2 times for it to fall after the first significant figure. So that is what gave us 2 points. The next step is to check 34 under 1, difference of 5. 34 under 1, let me come down here to do my rough work. 34 under 1 will give me 5328. 5328. 5328. Difference of 5 will be 6. And so I'm going to add up with the difference. I'm going to add up with the difference and see what I will obtain. 8 plus 6, 14, write down 4, carry 1. 1 plus 2, 3. Here's our 3, and this is 5. 5, 3, 3, 4. Then I'll come and write it. 5, 3, 3, 4. So at this point, I am going to do subtraction. The first one will subtract the second one. Are we just doing subtraction? Do we just do what we like? No. Why are we doing subtraction? Because it's division. It's the question that have to do with division. If you see division, you subtract. If you see multiplication, you add. That's the rule. So if we are doing this subtraction, we'll do it one after the other. We don't need to press calculator. We don't need to put everything together. We'll do it one after the other because of the bar. So let's move on. 7 minus 4 is 3. 5 minus 3, 2. 8 minus 3 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. And this is your decimal. Remaining the integer part. And that is where I always tell students to be very careful. This is the subtraction. Bar 1 is subtracting 2. And the meaning of bar 1 is minus 1. I've said that. So minus 1 is subtracting, this is minus 1 is subtracting 2. That will give us minus 3. So minus 3 is the same thing as bar 3. I have to turn it back. That is where you will come and write your bar 3. So let's move on to the final answer by checking the anti-log table. We are going to check the anti-log table. That will give us the final answer. We're going to check the anti-log. In checking the anti-log table, we'll check 0.35 under 2, difference of 3. Let me come down to do this rough work. 0.35 under 2 is 2249. 2249. And then difference of 3 will give us 1. We are going to add up the difference. 9 plus 1, 10, write down 0, carry 1. 1 plus 4, 5. And this is 2, and this is 2. That is 2250. Let me write it. 2250. Remaining the last thing, this bar 3. Bar 3 means we have to move our decimal 3 times. We have to move our decimal 3 times. And I've been saying it, I've been emphasizing this, that the decimal you will assume is after the first significant figure is at the standard form before you move it. So you assume the decimal is here. This is the first significant figure. This is where it is. So you will move it. Since it is bar 3, you move it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. The point is here. Fill these empty spaces with 0. So what you are obtaining now is you write 0 before the point. 0.002250. That's our final answer. So thank you for your patience. I'm going to give you some work to do as your assignments. I would like you to do this work for me. Evaluate 1. 3.925925 times 0.03175. If your answer is correct, your answer will give you 0.1247. Question number 2. Evaluate 0.5692 divided by 0.0943. If your work is correct, the answer you obtain will be 6.037. Question number 3. Evaluate 8.686 times 0.5072. If your work is correct, your final answer will be 4.406. Let's add one more. Question number 4. I want you to evaluate 0.3426 times 0.1938. If your work is correct, your final answer will be 0.06640. We are going to stop here. Thank you very much for your patience. Do well to hit the subscription button so that we can keep you posted whenever we release another video. Make sure you snap your work and send it to me on WhatsApp on the same number 08061573528. Thank you, my viewers.